Do you think rank and rent is a viable strategy in 2023? Yeah, sure. Why not? If you're still there, can you think of any reason why it would not be viable in 2023? It's actually not something that I have much experience with. I know a couple guys that are doing it. Don't really talk to them too often. It's just not really kind of the area that I focus on. But yeah, I don't really see anything that would have changed that would make it not viable in 2023. People always want leads. I've heard, a lot of people complain about it being just a difficult business model. But then there are some people that's like their jam, that's like their entire business model. So it's definitely a thing. But yeah, as far as I know, it's still going good. Just not what I would choose to do. Um, if you want to know what I would choose to do for 2023, um, local SEO is always a sure bet. It's not what I like to do, but there's basically just an unlimited amount of opportunity there. But then you have to deal with clients and whatnot. Um, okay, Alexa says, I want to start SEO projects, but I'm skeptical of how easy they make it sound. Yeah, so that's the deal with a lot of the SEO information on the internet is they make it sound like, oh, you're gonna just start doing SEO, working from home, make money on the internet, life is gonna be great. Which a lot of that is possible. You can do that. Just gonna take some focus and some work. But yeah, I think where I would start if I were you is just kind of keep looking around. Keep asking questions like you're doing. Kind of look into everything. Local SEO, you're gonna have to deal with clients all the time, and they're normally like business owners that don't know anything about SEO, which can be a good or a bad thing depending on how you look at it. But if you don't want to deal with clients all the time, for example, like myself, I don't want to be having these conversations explaining what I'm doing all the time and that kind of thing, then it might not be for you. You've also got to do sales in a more, especially before you've built up your brand, you got to do sales in a little bit more of an aggressive way. You can be doing cold calling or cold emailing, you're pitching people, sending them little video audits or whatever. So yeah, it's kind of a bit of a different game, and especially getting started, you're gonna have to do that all yourself, which is something to think about. Rank and rent's a little bit different because, you can basically just focus on ranking the website, getting it up to the top, and then renting it out to a local business or whoever else, whatever kind of industry you're in. But then, yeah, at the same time, you're gonna have to find someone that wants to rent it. And I've heard that the way you go through getting these deals and setting it all up can be a bit of a pain in the butt. And it's just not something I have much experience in, so I can't really talk too much on it. Then, of course, you got affiliate marketing. Affiliate terms are more like national, so there can be a lot more competition in affiliate marketing, which for that reason, a lot of people say, it's not exactly a good way to go to get started. However, affiliate is pretty much like what I love. I think affiliate is super cool. Or just like basically, targeting national or international terms and either doing like affiliate or digital products or a newsletter or something like that. But yeah, all these things are inherently more competitive because of yeah, you're not operating in one small like location, like one city or whatever. Um, what else am I missing? My brain just kind of went blank. Affiliate. You could do like ads as well. When a lot of people talk about niche sites, might be talking about affiliate, or you could be talking about doing an ads-based site. Uh, Ads got a lot more popular. Ads-based sites got a lot more popular over the past year. But one thing that I will tell you to be careful of, because of recent events, is a lot of these ad sites, the way they get traffic is going off of answering questions. So affiliate content tends to be more about like reviews or product comparisons, things like that. Those are the money articles. You can still have like informational articles as well. But these ads-based sites that don't go for these affiliate terms, they usually go for these very simple answers. And the problem with that in 2023, and we don't really know exactly what's going to happen yet, but the problem with that in 2023 is that with Bing integrating ChatGPT, and now Google looks like they're integrating Bard, these two AI answering platforms into their platform, that a lot of these informational searches could be solved very easily without anyone having to click through to your website. So if I had an ads-based website right now, if the most of my revenue was coming from ads and this was the kind of content I was producing, I'd be a little bit nervous right now. I'm not gonna lie. I would, if I was doing ads-based SEO, I'd be more nervous than anyone else I think should be at this point, because I think those are the things that are really in the direct crosshairs of these AI tools. So yeah, Nick, just to catch you up, she was asking about rank and rent in 2023, if it's a good strategy. But the real question was, basically getting started in SEO, what kind of SEO should you get into? So I talked about local a bit, talked about rank and rent a bit, talked about affiliate, we talked about ads, we talked about what else did I talk about? I didn't talk about ecom. You could do ecom as well. What else I talked about? There's one more I talked about. Anyway, whatever. What do you think? What do you think's like a
Well,
good easy strategy to go with for a
I'll tell
beginner?
you this. Everybody wants to start at rank to rent, or maybe not everybody, but a large portion of people. I know that I did when I got started in SEO. And I know that if I could go back and tell myself at that point in time, I'd say stay away from rank to rent as a business model, at least when you first start out. Because what happens is you're going to spend resources, not only just money, but time and energy in building out these assets, ranking them. Now it's harder to get in the map pack. There are different things you can do, like get post office addresses and stuff like that. But then ultimately, you've got this asset that's generating leads once you get it there, which is going to take a while. And then you've got to call the blue collar people that might want to buy these leads. And it's a lot harder than you might think. A lot of people want to stay off the phones. They don't want to go the local route because they don't want to do outreach towards businesses that already have, their footing. Because especially like if you're cold calling, then it's a lot of work and it's hard to take no repeatedly. But the reason I'd say it's better than rank to rent is because even though you'd imagine that, okay, well, I've already got this asset that's generating leads in a certain niche. Somebody's bound to want those, right? You're calling people who are going to be skeptical, and maybe people that just hadn't even considered it being something that they wanted. And to a lot of people, really generating revenue off Google search is kind of a foreign concept. I know as marketers that seems insane to us, but I know before I ever got into SEO, I remember when I first started working for the company and I found out what they did, or the company that I got my start in, and I found out what they did. I was like, well, I don't really understand how that makes them money. Um, Anyhow, long story short, it's easier to go after somebody that's already got a budget, right? Like, and they
Yeah, they have the
already
money.
know that they want to do this and they already know that there's value there. So even though it's harder to find that person up front, it's going to be better because then you're using a bankroll that comes into you. You're starting with some profitability
Yeah,
as well,
that's how I
and then
started.
you can kind of roll it into helping this business. A lot of times they're already going to have a website as well, so they've got age behind them, etc. I would personally go that route over rank to rent. Now, there
Yeah.
are people that do rank to rent in 2023. So is it a viable option? Sure, it is. Would I say it's like the preferred method that I would go after?
Yeah, the
Absolutely
point
not.
about budget is huge because when you do local, yeah, you're playing with other people's money versus you're doing rent to rent. You're gonna have to finance this whole thing yourself, and
Right.
then you're not gonna see any income until you rank it to a high enough position that's so good that other people are like, I'll pay for that. So
Yeah.
not only are you not going to be making this entire money this entire time, but you're going to have to get it high enough on your first, you're just getting into SEO, you're going to have to get it high enough to where people are going to actually want to pay for it. Versus on local, it's other people's money, it's their budget. So you don't have to finance any of this stuff, and you'll be able to still be getting paid as they make incremental gains and stuff like that. It's how I got started in local, and then kind of very quickly switched over. I didn't stay in local too long before I started going for the more like national kind of affiliate type stuff. But it's definitely, you're working on smaller sites, you're working with someone else's money. It's so much, local is so much easier. There's just so much less to think about. There's a few extra things like, yeah, you got your GMB. Yes, you need citations. Yes, I have to put the address on the site. But let's be real, local is easy. Local's easy. All you local guys out there, you got easy jobs and you know it. Um, I'm kind of joking. Of course, there's like competitive local stuff as well. Lawyer in LA. That's going to be some competition there. But yeah, just in general, it's a lot more manageable for your first time around. And then you could look into doing something else. Affiliate ads, e-com, digital courses, whatnot. Any of that kind of stuff you could look into. Email list down the line.
Yeah, but a lot of people, they get into local and really like, start an
hmm
agency that starts running. I mean, that's their bread and butter and that's where they
hmm
stay. And it's because it's a cash
Yeah,
cow.
yeah,
I mean, it
you can make a
really, it
shit ton
can
of money.
be.
Look at Neil
Hmm.
Patel. Neil Patel, who we don't talk about too often because we don't really agree with a lot of his SEO advice. But Neil Patel has built a nine-figure agency, which of course they don't do just they do everything, not just local. But I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure he started local, kind of smaller stuff. Um, and yeah, I mean, there's always new money in local. It's always there, and it's someone else's money, and uh, so you're always getting paid versus like an affiliate or anything else. It all depends on how good you do and blah blah blah. Versus local, you could just always get new clients and yeah. So yeah, I would advise starting in local. Rank and Vret, definitely viable, but yeah, maybe not a good starting point. And then you can choose if you like local or if you want to do something else. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. Be sure to check the links below for more info on this topic, as well as other cool stuff like SEO case studies, our Facebook community, and our link building services. And like always, please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thanks, and happy ranking.